Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, I'm beyond excited because I have 2022 Hyundai Elantra N DCT. Now, of course, I did drive it a couple months ago, but I decided I want to do a full in-depth review. And of course, I already did the Kona N, and maybe I'll do my Veloster N later on. But as always, please sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let's get into the video, shall we? Looking on the outside of the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N, you got your key fob right here with a lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, as well as a panic button. It is the same N key fob design as the Kona N, as well as the Veloster N. Hope you guys can hear me over the nature sound, by the way, with the birds in the background. But this one is dressed in a cyber gray exterior color. As priced, it's about $35,000. This example does have nearly 5,000 miles on the clock. Of course, you do have the red striping across the front of the bumper, just like all other N models. Now, that is one of my first gripes though with the Elantra N, or even all the N's, is that you have the performance blue on the inside but the red on the outside. I do wish it did have like one single color, whether it's performance blue stripe or red on the inside with red stripe on the outside. But this is just a small gripe. Looking up front, it has similar Elantra design up front, the more aggressive front splitter, air vents, and of course N is scripted right there. Full LED headlights. Looking at the wheels, you have 19-inch alloys wrapped in 245 with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S summer tires, which are the widest tires offered in all N models. Of course, got black mirror caps. I do love the cyber gray color, but my personal opinion, I do prefer the cyber blue. The Sonic Blue. The Sonic Blue is probably my favorite one. But up top, we do have a moonroof with the dual clutch version. Coming around to the rear, you do have this big wing in the back with dual exhaust, which of course does have a sport exhaust, and you got the full red stripe, full LED lighting, the exception of the turn signals and the reverse lights. Opening the trunk, you do have 14.2 cubic feet of space. Can fold down the rear seats. You do have a strap bar to improve structural rigidity, as well as a little holder right there for your groceries. Of course, all weather floor mats right there with N scripted and Elantra. Some storage on either side. Trunk is definitely heavy though, you can really feel it with that wing on the back. But let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what's under it. Now of course you do get the same 2.0 turbo 4-cylinder as in all other N models. But like the Kona N, the Elantra N does also have a revised 2.0 4-cylinder. All right, there we go. So popping the hood, you have a 2.0 turbo 4-cylinder. The improved turbo for this and the Kona N produces 276 horsepower, 289 pound-foot of torque. You will get 20 in the city, 30 on the highway, and 23 combined. It is connected to a 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. A 6-speed manual is the standard offering, and the dual clutch is optional. Overall vehicle weight is about 3,300 pounds. With the dual clutch, it's about 100 pounds less when you do get the manual transmission. That hood is heavy. But let's go ahead and check out the interior of the Elantra N. We are going to start out in the back seats, where you can see, compared to all other N models, this does have the most backseat legroom. Now I am 5'6". I have the seat adjuster for my frame. I literally have about 7-8 inches of legroom and about 2 inches of headroom. No AC vents back here, and there is no cup holders or nothing right there. But you can see they have a nice look to the front cockpit. Of course, the back of these bucket seats looks oh so cool. Do wish the illumination was LED, by the way. But I do like these suede materials right here on the door panel. This is definitely a lot better than the Kona N and Veloster N, which does have a mostly plastic door panel like trim right there. But of course, for the back windows, they aren't automatic. But let's go ahead and get into the driver's seat, where all of the action happens in the Elantra N. Sorry guys, it's so hot today, so if I make a mistake, don't mind. But of course, you do have your automatic window for the driver. Some more of that suede right there. This does have the Bose surround sound speaker system, which we'll try out in a little bit. Hood release with your aluminum gas brake pedal. Cluster illumination with lane keeping assist, traction. And then of course down here you do have your trunk release as well as your fuel door. Of course the seats are manual, and you can see the N logo does light up at nighttime, which is pretty cool. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. All right. So looking at the cockpit of the Elantra N, you can see you do have dual 10.25-inch displays on each side. Light controls on this side right there. Wiper controls on that side. Lovely paddle shifters with this 3-spoke leather steering wheel. And of course you do have your different displays right there to control the display. Tire pressure, G-force meter, oil temp, turbo, torque, and so on. Now of course you do have your different N preset buttons right there. So you do have your drive modes on the steering wheel. So over here you do have your regular drive mode. So you have eco, normal, as well as a sport mode. It's a nice middle ground between the N and normal mode. And of course you do have your full N mode right there. We can see you got the shift lights right there, the RPMs. Of course you got your oil temp, engine temp, as well as G-force, which you can toggle right there for tire pressure, turbo, torque, and so on. This is probably how I have my display set up right there, very driver focused. And of course you do have two N custom modes. So you got this side for N custom 2, and then you got N custom 1. You have your NGS button for overboost, which will increase power to 286 horsepower. It's a 10 horsepower increase. And unlike the Veloster N, it will recharge in about 1 minute, and it does do in every 20-second intervals, which I do like. Now the Veloster N takes about 3 minutes to recharge. This takes about 1 minute. Looking at the infotainment display right here, of course you do have push button start with all of your shortcut buttons right there. Display off, and right here, this is your home screen. You swipe over right there. You do have your N mode, which is where all of your features and technology are for customizing the vehicle. Turbo, oil temperature, engine temperature, your RPMs, throttle, G-force meter, as well as brake. See right there, it shows you your brake and throttle. And then of course you do have your custom mode right there, which you can customize the engine, steering, suspension, which I'll probably leave in normal mode. Be like kind of like a Autobahn setting if I was to be honest. So you have everything like an aggressive with the exception of the suspension. And then over here you do have another G-force meter, and of course this does have launch control, which you hit that to activate. Performance, you can also change up the RPMs for the launch control. The shift light right there in the central display. You can see the diagram right there. The power shift, so basically build up like the inertia between the gear shifts. And it does feel a lot cooler though. Right there you do have in-track sense when you are on the track. Auto creep, sound, which of course you can customize. So you got personal, sporty, high performance, as well as a TCR sound. We will try all of that on the road. Going back to home, you have your maps. Navigation, so we are going to try a quick navigation test. And as you can see, the navigation starts up very quickly, and there's no problem with that at all. Over here you have your phone connections, phone projections, climate right there, which can of course be incorporated in the screen, as well as down here with physical buttons. Valet mode, a quiet mode, and then of course you have your HD data right there for your traffic and weather. AM, FM, Sirius XM radio. Rewinding, of course. You got your vehicle settings, so you go in the vehicle. You can customize the driver assistance right there. Turn it all off when you're in N mode. Of course, have forward collision, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, and rear parking sensors. Drive mode, you can have a change alert, and of course the sound cluster right there. You can link that to drive modes and so on. You got your fuel settings right there, as well as when you have your service intervals and so on. And of course, unlike the Kona N or the Veloster N, you have ambient lighting at nighttime. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like a faint purple right there. So we're going to ambient lighting. You got 64 different colors you can actually use to customize the display. You can also link to your drive modes as well. It does also have the smart trunk feature. We stand behind the vehicle for 3 seconds and the trunk will automatically open. Digital key via your phone. Convenience features right there for wireless phone charging. Screen layout and so on. But we're going to try out a quick audio test with the Bose surround sound speaker system and see how it does. There we go. Alright, so we hit next. Allow on the phone. You're going to hit OK. And Apple CarPlay. Let's check out the audio system. It does have a Bose surround sound speaker system.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict. Do I gotta have it? I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing.
As you see, the Bose surround sound speaker system is very clear and crisp. And I do like the bass on it compared to other N models. But the CarPlay is very easy to use. I do wish it was like a wireless CarPlay. But other than that, you do have a dual zone climate control down here. 3-stage heated front seats. And of course, you do have a wireless phone charging pad with the 2 USB ports, as well as a 12-volt right there. Can't see the phone is charging up, no problem at all. Down here, these are your regular drive modes right there for your normal, sport, as well as eco mode. I showed you guys that a little bit earlier. This shows you up your backup camera right there. And of course, you can also get your backup camera when you put it into reverse. It does have guidance lines with trajectory as well as rear sensors. Pull all the way down for drive and push over for manual mode. Pull towards you to upshift, push down the downshift. 2 cup holders. They are a pretty good size. I do wish they were a little bit bigger for the US market. They have a nice old school handbrake and a little bit more storage right there. Up top, you do have your telematics, SOS, and of course with the dual clutch, you do have a moonroof right there, which can tilt open and slide all the way open as well. Hope you guys liked the video. We are going to go ahead and take the Elantra N for a quick drive and see how she does. Alright, we're behind the wheel of the Elantra N. We're going to start out in this eco mode. Not to say though, in the first few feet of driving the Elantra N, the 8-speed wet dual clutch is very smooth shifting and there is no problems at all with it. Now you can feel a little bit at the slower speeds, especially like in first gear or like bumper to bumper traffic. It's a little herky-jerky, but other than that, there's honestly no problem. The transmission is very refined and smooth, and I have to say it's a lot better than the 7-speed dual clutch that Hyundai actually used to do. Even Hyundai has actually improved the 7-speed dual clutch, taking a page out of the 8-speed dual clutch page. But we're just gonna sit here in traffic for a minute and let these construction guys do their thing. But I do have to say though, visibility out the front, rear, and sides are pretty good. I can see easily out the front. The hood doesn't like slope up too much. I mean, obviously it's a front wheel drive car. And out the rear and the sides is actually pretty good. The mirrors are pretty good size. I can see a lot. And even out the back. And of course, with the dual clutch, you do get a moonroof up top, which allows you to get all of the theater and sound inside of the cabin, which we'll try out when we get to a piece of tarmac. You can see, we're already going to say a prayer for Alexandria police so they don't catch us. But yeah. So yeah. I do hear a little bit of that turbo noise, which is pretty cool, of course. But driving an Eco, I honestly have no problem with the vehicle at all, and you can easily achieve over 30 mpg easily in Eco mode. Now to give you guys a little bit of context, my Veloster N actually got 38 miles to the gallon on the highway, and that was in Eco mode, so I'm sure this thing could easily get a little bit more. course, you got the full in performance pages. And I'll just say that's what I like about the DCT version is that you get the moonroof, so you can really tilt open the sunroof and you get the full experience. Love the purpose. Let's go ahead and take our exit. Now, something irrelevant to this car, I do not like the main DC area traffic. So like Virginia and like the Bethesda area, Maryland, I don't like it. All right, let's give it a... I'm like a damn child with this car, man. That's the joy of having a car like this, though. I honestly have to say. Trying not to do too much because we got, I know Virginia PD gets a little strict around here, so I'll keep it to a minimum. Normal is basically the same as Eco, just a little bit more power. But Sport, I do like Sport. It's a nice middle ground between the two. See, of course, the exhaust is farty in Sport mode. And then we go into N mode, it's like the maximum amount of acceleration and just the whole experience is improved. Now I do have to say though, the N mode compared to my Veloster N and even the Kona N, it definitely rides a lot more smoother, which it's weird to say that, but it rides a lot more smoother than mine does in N mode. Now that we're at our undisclosed location, let's try a little launch. So I have it set up for, let's do 3,000. We're gonna activate it. All right, let's go. And I have to say though, those 245 width tires make a huge difference when it comes to handling. Woo! You see, you got the full G-force meter. My phone is just flying all over the place. But yeah, I have to tell you guys, now I did do a little bit of a performance test between mine and my Veloster N and the Kona N / Elantra N, but more so the Elantra N. I have to say on the back road, so my home back road that I use, the Veloster N or my Veloster N did about 70, 75 miles an hour on the back road. Now the Elantra N with the improved turbo on the back road actually did about 90 miles an hour around the back road, which is impressive. I have to tell you, N mode, this is where it's at right here. Alright, now I left it in manual mode so I can really get the full experience. But I have to say though, I think automatic is probably even more fun. And the burbles. Alright, I want to let that Corolla get a little bit ahead of us so we can really try a on-ramp acceleration. So yeah, keep on going. Let's go. course, it's a Honda. Honda has to be first. Yeah, that whistling noise is getting insane. Now, this one, of course, does have nearly 5,000 miles on. Lovely burbles. And then let's try out the NGS button. This car is so fast, you really don't have that much room. That's the crazy part. Oh my goodness. But I do love the shift lights right here. This exhaust, oh my goodness. I have to say though, it definitely has more pops and burbles compared to my Veloster N. Now I'm comparing my stock Veloster N, but with the 6-axle back, which actually makes it pop a little bit more. I have to say that it's probably right on par with this. But I do like how Hyundai programmed the pops with this, with the new turbo. It definitely works a lot better in my opinion. Most of the video I'm just gonna leave it in N mode because that's where it really counts. You literally gotta just let cars get far up ahead because this thing is wicked. Yeah, baby. Oh my goodness. This thing is fun, man. This is juvenile fun. Let's try a little NGS. I have to tell you, and thank God this thing is already broken in, so I can really just enjoy it and go crazy. Whew. 245 width tires. This thing just handles, man. And of course it is a real manual mode where it will bang off the rev limiter. Now, of course, you can see right there, I do have my custom setting right there, which will tame up the suspension. But like I stated before, suspension's already fine in N mode. The way they dampen the suspension in N mode, I don't know what they did, but it feels very good. That's a trash can. I was like, shit, it's a speed cam. mid-range torque. Alright, U-turn test. Just over one turn locked alive. Try. Gonna try one more acceleration. Let's do 3,500. Whew. Damn. 3,500 turns up things to a whole new level. Woo! This was fun. Woo! In grand shift, you can really feel that acceleration. Yeah, not this time, officer. Damn. Ooh, and on the brakes. Now, this is fun. Whoa. Things getting a little dusty around here. I have to say though, so far this has to be my favorite N out of all three of them. Of course I do like the nimbleness of my Veloster N, but you can't deny the amount of technological improvements that they did make for the Elantra N, the better turbo, and of course in N mode, it doesn't really beat you up that bad. Damn. But yeah, I honestly can't complain though about the Elantra N as far as anything. But the only thing I do have to complain about is, well, for all N models, is to make the red theme on the outside and the performance blue theme, just make it one consistent theme. And second of all, just incorporate the drive modes back right there on the display. But you do get the incorporation of a second N custom mode. So let's go. Damn. But yep, as I wrap up the video, I have no really complaints with the Elantra N. And I have to say though, damn, this thing puts its power down well. I mean, yeah, it's about 96 degrees. There was no spinning from these Michelin tires, and I honestly can't say that about the Pirellis as far as that grip, but this thing, it really just takes off. But that's basically going to wrap up my video on the Elantra N. And as always, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. And I'll see you guys very soon. But like I said before, I honestly have no complaints, so I like this. I'm a little jealous though, I'm not gonna lie. Man, if I waited like a year, I could have had a Elantra N. But it is what it is, guys, and I do have a little bit more of a nimbler, fun car. And of course, you can get this thing to kick out, so you can have all of the fun in the world that you want. But I'll see you guys later.